The collaboration between Mark Knopfler and Steely Dan is one to note for the record books. As the story goes, Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits lent his guitar talents to Steely Dan's 1980 track Time Out of Mind, featured on their Gaucho album. Known for their exacting studio standards, Steely Dan's recording process proved to be an unusual challenge for Knopfler, who later called the experience strange due to the intensity and repetition involved. Still, his distinctive guitar work made it into the final cut and remains a defining element of the track. It all started when, while working on their album Gaucho, Donald Fagen and Walter Becker found themselves captivated by the guitar work of Mark Knopfler on Dire Straits' debut, especially the standout track Sultans of Swing. Intrigued by his style, they invited Knopfler to contribute a solo to the track Time Out of Mind. However, Steely Dan's famously meticulous studio approach clashed with Knopfler's more instinctive, non-sight reading method. Steely Dan was used to a sight-reading approach. Knopfler quickly grew weary of the painstaking recording sessions, which involved countless takes and frequent, blunt feedback from Fagen and Becker. They began to think he was lacking in progression, but still went on to find that perfect recording. Despite his efforts, over 10 hours of guitar recordings were eventually whittled down to a brief snippet, roughly 15 seconds used in the song's intro. Keep in mind 10 hours of recording to showcase a 15-second clip. Reflecting on the experience, Knopfler once described it as like jumping into a pool with lead boots on. Becker later acknowledged the tension, admitting that Knopfler may have felt disheartened because they had often dismissed a take, only to decide later that they actually liked it. What's your take on the take? Do you think putting a track down would be difficult for Steely Dan? Before you go, be sure to check out our video on the life and death of Walter Becker. Learn what took the life of the iconic Steely Dan guitar player and the history of his body of work.